Hello there. Welcome.
Hello.
I have a question before we start. How many of you loves working with React? Hands up. Okay, cool. How many of you are full stack developers? Okay, it's less. And how many of you has own business because of that? Okay, cool. Well, we can continue then, because I have a little bit untraditional presentation about business and connecting dots in a digital business. So a lot of my friends ask me what should they do to build their own business, and my question is what you can do. For us here, we can do React applications for web, but we are just a step from many other things. Mostly React Native, because it's basically the same thing, but you can build native apps with React, which is awesome. And if you know React, you should know TypeScript or JavaScript. And with this, you can basically access most of these technologies. I would like to say that we are living in an amazing age of when we have, instead of PHP and Python, we can just connect with one language to every of these. So this is amazing. And with combining all of these, it will make you very powerful. So you can become a superhero. So if you, let's imagine for now that you can handle all these technologies I showed you, and let's think about what you can do with it. So first, if you know, you can start building your dreams, basically. If you know, if you have an idea, you can start right out and you know what to do. It's easy. You will be building your own business, and the only issue is you have to find your customers. So if you would like to build, for example, a game, you have to find your players, right? Or you can start with finding a job. Well, it's easy and it's very comfortable, because who doesn't like to be paid? You have less responsibility, which is cool, and you're helping others to build their businesses. And you already have customers, which is cool. And there is a third option, which is finding your own opportunity, which can take some time, because you have to go to the world and speak with people. And you will be building your own business and helping others to build their businesses. But yeah, your opportunity is your first customer, so you have to find somebody who you can actually help. So now we will go through some case study about that, so I can demonstrate how to find the opportunity for you. So let's imagine that you are going to the hairdressing salon and you are getting your new haircut, and you're talking with your hairdresser about her day, for example. And now you are hearing something like, yeah, today is good, but last of my 3 appointments has been canceled, and yeah, I just have to wait, and nothing happened. So what would help in this situation? Yeah, you can create actually a mobile app for their clients. So if some of their clients will cancel the appointment, the application sends notification to every customer they have, and will try to populate this appointment instead of her. So we shall start with mobile app. We have a couple of options there. We can start with React Native, which is the most complicated one, and I'm skipping the part when we starting developing, for example, in Swift. Okay, we are just React. It's very hard to set up the environment. But you have the full control of the ecosystem, so you can build very lean application, and yeah, it will be very small and very efficient. You have to care about everything, because yeah, it's just like a blank spot you have to fill, and yeah, you have to care about everything, and it took months of work to make it out. The other option is much easier. Use something called Expo, which is, I would say, a service or library, or what to call, that will provide you most of the tools to build the React Native app, but you will get a lot of more than the just basic environment. You will get your own building processes and a lot of libraries ready to go, which is cool. You have a little bit of full control, but yeah, it's not that full. Anyway, you have to care about implementing your business logic and make it working. It can take weeks of work if you have good examples or good tutorials. Then you have a third option, which is the fastest one, and it's building on jigs. Surprise. It's very little effort to set up your environment, as Dennis and Marcus showed us. It's ready to go app, so you can just make your business logic and you can go, which is cool. And it can take just days of work, which is very, very good feature if you want to prototype something. Same thing on the back end. If you're building in-house, yeah, you have to code everything from the scratch. It's not so fun. You have a lot of libraries, but yeah, you have to do all the stuff. And again, it can take months of work. Then you can use services like Amazon Web Services, which will give you much space for building, well, let's say, safe environment. You have a lot of microservices that will help you to build, for example, notification service. You have hosting and everything else, which is nice. Then again, jigs, surprise again. You can have everything in one package, and yeah, it will take days of work. If you manage to build an app like this, you should know how to sell it, or more precisely, what's the value of the application. So what's your value? Let's take this example. It's a very basic one. Let's assume that this hairdresser salon has 20 missed appointments, and each appointment has a value of 1,000 Czech koruna. So it makes loss of 20,000, surprisingly. And with your app, you will achieve that this number will decrease to just 8, which is much better. So what are you going to do? You will earn extra 12,000 Czech korunas for the customer. And this customer is your hairdresser salon. It's just one. But if I have multiple instances of this, I can, for example, have 30, which will make, well, I would say a decent salary for one developer per month. I don't know how about in Prague, but in Brno it would be okay. And of course, don't forget to calculate your expenses into it, okay? Now we will talk a little bit about the tips I ignored, and it was a mistake. First one is my favorite: don't do things for money. Why? Because it's a trap. Why it's a trap? Because you become greedy. You will focus on just earnings, and you will be thinking all the time about how money I can get from the customer, which is not good. And there always will be the student who will do it for less. Don't forget about that. As a first step of each project, you should write it down. If it works on paper, it will probably work in real life. Currently, there is an amazing tool, ChatGPT. I'm using it mostly every day, and it's very helpful because I can take my very chaotic ideas and structure it into something that makes sense, not just to me, but even my friends and colleagues. So yeah, write it down first, okay? Do it simple. That's a very important rule. Why? It should be simple for your clients, not you. You are here for solving their issues. Make sure that people understand your product. Well, if you became the one who has to explain what it's doing very, very effortlessly, then probably doing something wrong. You should make their lives easier, not complicated. Then, if you start implementing stuff, do the minimal valuable product first. And from that, you will get your first feedback on the application. It can be very small. It can be only one feature. That's enough for starting your business. Then you should apply the PDCA, but I will get back to this. Do not wait for perfection. Why? Because otherwise you will be perfecting your app 1 year, 2 years, and you will end up with an amazing product and nobody will be using it. Then the PDCA, continuous improvement, plan some feature, then implement it, check with the customer if he's happy, and act accordingly. Pivot if necessary. If you have an idea about app and it's not working, focus on what's working. If you have something that your customers or clients like, focus on what they like and why they like it. And skip everything else, okay? Yeah, this is my favorite one. Build it like you want to retire. Why? It's simple. If I create multi-billion business and I will take a vacation, the business will stop. So what should I do? I should build a team of people that are capable to take it and run the business without me. Or I can sell the company, right? Define the processes. There's a necessary thing to make a battle plan for your team, to do everyday work for you and other stuff. Expect adventure. It will be scary and you will have many obstacles. It's just a part of the way of making things big. There will be some dead ends. Don't be afraid. You have to solve them. You have to go back. There will be much more failures and mistakes than your successes. That's just how it works. And be prepared on one final success. You just need one, right? So what's the conclusion of this? You are not just coders, okay? You are problem solvers. And as the slide says, you are potential entrepreneurs. So you can do life better, not just only for you, but for everybody who has a problem with something. So I hope I will hear about some of you as a next business story, successful, probably in Forbes and somewhere. And that's from me, everything. Thank you.